Born into a well-to-do slaveholding family, Maria Isabel Boyd, more commonly known as the young and attractive Belle Boyd, became one of the most famous Confederate spies of the Civil War, who used her charms to get information from Union officers, which she passed to the Confederacy. At the age of 17, she shot a Union soldier to death, after he had sworn at her mother. Although the soldier's officer believed the act to be justified, she was kept under surveillance after the incident. Also, once the war broke out, her father joined the 2nd Virginia Infantry Regiment, which would later become a part of the Stonewall Brigade.
So, do you know when you'll be leaving?
Well, we're planning on moving south of here, perhaps.
Oh, how sad! When?
Hopefully by the end of the week.
Pity, and I enjoy having you around.
Now, miss, you know how we officers work. We have to stay ahead of the opposition. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to keep in touch with the other men.
Oh, all right, darling. Stay safe. One step ahead, huh? Well, too bad the Confederate soldiers will meet up with you the moment you leave.
Dear officers, the Union soldiers here plan to leave soon. My sources say that they are heading south, somewhere before the week is out. With all my love and support, BB.
Excuse me, miss. Are you Belle Boyd?
I am indeed, sir. How may I help you?
We intercepted this letter in which you sent to Confederate officials. Would you care to explain yourself?
I don't know what that is. I'm afraid to say that I don't remember writing such a letter to anyone. And if I had, wouldn't it make me
Spy?
Yes, that's it. Oh, but I'm not a spy. You really must believe me, sir. Don't you believe me?
I do suppose you didn't know what you were sending.
Yes. And if I had sent a letter, it would have been to my dear father, who's serving right now in the war. I miss him so.
All right then, miss. As you were. Just watch yourself.
You wish to speak with me, General Jackson?
Yes, ma'am. How are you today?
Quite well, ma'am. Ever since I sent with my aunt and uncle, and then being able to see my father, it led to me being able to work with you and General Beauregard, so I'm well, quite well.
Yes. Do you have that information from General Beauregard? Excellent. You're the finest courier anyone could have, and you're the wealth of information. Why, in fact, I would like to credit you in aiding in my victories in Shenandoah Valley campaign.
Well, you are most welcome, sir. It was my pleasure.
How are you faring after that little run in which those 2 Unions detained you?
Quite well, seeing as they're in jail and not me.
Boyd was arrested twice. On the first occasion, she was arrested and incarcerated and sent to the old Capitol Prison in Washington in 1862, where she was released a month later. She was arrested roughly a year later because she was caught on Union Guard in West Virginia. She was released a couple months later, and a couple months after that, she left the country with smuggled papers. The ship she was on was detained, but she managed to escape. She later married Samuel W. Hardinge, who was the Union officer who had detained the ship Boyd had escaped from. Now a widow, Boyd decided to write her own memoir titled Belle Boyd in Camp and Prison. She also attempted an acting career, using her experiences during the war as her pieces. After marrying twice more, she died in 1900 of a heart attack.